This one? Oh, Google.
Yep. All right, you're good.
Awesome. Oh, so that has you talking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it. I just want to make sure I see it live on the thing. Oh my God, it's a little laggy.
That is a little laggy.
Because I'm not seeing it on Twitter. So that's great. What does it say? Does anyone know?
Let me check.
There we go. We're on. We already have 34 people in here. All right. Welcome back to 10K Bets. It's same usual guys. It's like when your favorite snack changes packaging. It's a new look, same great taste.
That's
Boys,
good. Wow.
this is Mike, Sammy. How you guys been? Sammy's in town.
I am in town. What a great little treat here we have. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm here for the 4th. It's nice to be back in the studio.
So, since we have talked last, the 10K boys did something big.
Huge, some might say.
Yeah. Sammy has yet to try it, so we're going to start this off the right way.
That's
we're going to
right.
crack open a captain's patch, and if you're watching, you should as well. Sounds amazing. We're going to need an honest review, a non-biased review, Sammy.
I'll give you a non-biased review. And I'm a Summer Shandy fan, so if it's anything like that,
A what fan?
But, yeah, not a sponsor.
not a sponsor.
No free ads.
No free ads. I really actually enjoy it.
Fantastic.
He hates it.
Feels like the sun should be out. I feel like
Third
it's
sip
raining.
coming?
Yeah. It's raining right outside the studio right now. It
3
feels
sips,
like the
everyone.
sun
Well,
should come out.
Sammy doesn't know that we just walked through the rain. we get in here. We're
I like it.
setting up the stream, and Sammy's like, "Is it raining outside?" Yeah, my shirt's wet. We were just out there. You like it?
I like it.
What out of 10?
Like a solid 8.2.
I like it. Non-biased.
Non-bias, 8.2.
Nobody likes biased people. All right, so Mike, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. I'm lost right now. I mean, the NBA Finals are done.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup's over, and now it's just we just have two plus months until football's back.
Yeah, but we did have something exciting last night. Tim Connolly showed the state of Minnesota that he, yet again, has the biggest crank.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of the move last night for Rob
They
Dillingham?
won the draft. I mean,
They did.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Rob Dillingham. I thought when I saw the pick, I wasn't paying attention during the draft. I'll be honest, but like. The 8th pick came up, and I was like, "Oh, Spurs got Dillingham. That's awesome. Him
That was
and
a good
Wemby-
fit, too.
Him and Wemby are going to be amazing together." And then first I was like, "Oh, we made a trade, and then 2, what it was, I was like, this can't be real. This has when
It was a
Shams,
fleece.
when Shams tweeted that out, I was like, this is a joke, right? Like this is a fake account. Like 2031, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 2031.
We traded for Rob Dillingham and gave up 2 11-year-olds. That's literally what we did.
Yeah.
That's psychotic that you can even do that.
I know. I don't know. I feel like there was more like under the table that we don't know about because otherwise
Yeah.
I don't like.
Like, are they
I don't
really
think it
scouting
makes-
11-year-olds?
I don't think it makes sense of this trade, but I will take it all day. Dillingham's going to be awesome. Without a doubt, won the trade or won the draft for round 1. And then Terrence Shannon Jr. Like I don't know if we're like talking about him enough, but like at 27, that was an awesome pick too. So I'm really excited for that too.
You would like what I'm about to say. If I would have said this probably 6 months ago, I would have been crucified. I'm rooting for Terrence Shannon Jr. The shit that he went through, falsely, by the way.
Free.
There was literally a picture of the woman that, cause if you guys don't know, he got accused of sexual assault. Obviously, nothing to joke about, but he didn't do it. So his accuser was joking about it. She literally had a screenshot saying, "I got him," with money bags. So that guy's been through hell. Probably would have been top 15 at least, a lottery pick at least, if he didn't go through this. And he's ready to ball right away.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
we killed it with that pick too.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a few Illinois games, obviously, throughout the year, and there's times he'll just go like 5-6 minutes. He'll just take over a game.
Yeah.
He'll score like the last 15 points for Illinois in like 4 minutes. It's really exciting to see him be on the Timberwolves. I'm really excited. I already put my future in for next year.
We're winning it.
It's. I mean, how does this team not bet?
I'm going to look up the odds real quick. The the thing about Terrence Shannon is we don't even like you said, he took over in college, which obviously every single person for the most part that got drafted last night took over in college. But Terrence Shannon is like different. Like he can go all game, and we
Yeah.
don't need him to. We just need him to make shots and hustle, which
That's
is
all
what
we
he
need.
which
That's
is
what
what he
we're missing,
does.
Right? When Ant was on the bench, we need someone to get a bucket. We couldn't get that sometimes, and
I know.
I don't know. I think you could simplify scouting of the NBA draft to a couple things. And number one is if you or a close relative died in the last 6 months, you're probably going to be a lottery pick. If your name is Nikola, automatic first round pick. And then
Any Serbian is getting drafted.
oh, he's from France, top 10, guaranteed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The whole country of France got drafted in the top 10 somehow in this draft. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with TSJ at 27. That's what I wanted all the way. And then, I mean, getting Rob on top of that. Yeah,
The,
I have
Tim-
complaints.
the Timberwolves have the third best odds to win the NBA Finals next year, behind Boston, which fair, they just won.
Fair.
Also behind Denver. I think that's kind of whack. We just beat them.
I think they just signed Jamal Murray today for like $1 million zillion.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And I don't like
Kind of
him.
worried about him.
I used to like him until we played him in a 7-game series, and then I stopped liking him.
Yeah.
So then we're tied with the Thunder. I think the Thunder are still way too young. Like they proved that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They choked. So did we. But
I think Dallas is just really good, and
Yeah.
they beat the Thunder and they beat us,
the
and they got kind of manhandled versus Boston. But I just think they're a pretty good team. We'll be back. I think they'll be back too. Our conference or our division. Is that how you say it?
it's like conference
Oh,
division.
conference
We have a
divi-
division, but it doesn't matter.
It's those like 3 teams are loaded, and they're like in our 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Can we get expansion so the Timberwolves can move to the Eastern Conference?
Please,
Oh.
for the love of God.
Like,
Be
can we
so
get a team in
charity.
Vegas like tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then one in
Except-
Seattle, and then one in Seattle the week after.
and hopefully, actually, let's wait a year or two because then the Celtics could die down a little bit. I really don't want to play the Celtics, but I think this is the first time in my life where I could say I 100% feel confident in putting a future on a Minnesota team to win a championship. That is inevitably going to bite me in the ass because we're never going to win anything, and our life is miserable. But I don't know. The team is fucking stacked.
I don't think I've ever like thought about doing this before the season with any Minnesota team until now. Like now I'm just like, we are going to A, make the playoffs, and B, make a run. And so my plus 850 is going to be a lot smaller, a lot shorter by the time it's, Western Conference Finals or whatever. So who knows what we do after that, but I love them. I actually think like we're going to be really good. We're only getting better. We're so young. We're deep. Our defense is terrific, and now we're getting more scores. Like,
Do you know how nice it is to have a top right now 5 roster in the NBA set in stone before free agency even starts?
Oh, it's
We don't even have to worry about free agency. We'll get like a role player or 2 and we're good. We don't even need them actually.
actually, what
Like-
do you guys think about Cat? And do you think he stays? Do you think he's traded?
yes.
I heard some rumors here, rumors there. Are we going to keep Cat? What's the deal on Cat? What do you guys think?
Personally, I think right now they wanted to trade him. However, you look at what they just did last night. Tim Connolly wants to win now.
Absolutely.
No matter what you think of Cat, and I don't like Cat, trust me, but no matter what you think of him, you don't trade one of your top 3 players when you're trying to win a championship. So I think they keep him and they just hold tight. Another year with the whole squad back together. You don't have to worry about chemistry. It's already there. They already, like I said, another year under their belt. I think they keep him. And if it blows up in their face, well, either way, they're fucked because his contract is worth $7 billion gazillion dollars.
If there was a player that you would take right now for Karl Anthony Towns, just quickly, is there one that you'd say, yeah, I'd do the trade immediately? I know it's kind of a
I
tough
mean,
question.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's
But
tough. I don't know. The rumor was Julius Randle, and no thank you.
No.
I heard another one was DeJounte. Is that how you say it?
DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte Murray.
I don't think he fits with us
Okay.
because DeJounte Murray needs the ball. And if you take the ball out of Ant's hands, you will be crucified by the state of Minnesota.
yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think
True.
he fits.
Okay.
The only
Also heard Brandon Ingram.
No.
Was another one.
no thank
Another
you.
guy needs the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
We have Jaden
Okay.
McDaniels.
Okay.
I think Jaden McDaniels within the next year or two will probably be better than Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's getting older. Jaden McDaniels is flourishing.
22.
Yeah, that's the thing is our team is still young.
Yeah, so young.
I'm 24 years old and I'm older than half the starting lineup.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's psychotic.
yeah.
I will say the one thing that really, this is where the ownership thing comes into play, where if A-Rod and Mark Lowry took over majority share, they'll have no problem paying the luxury tax to keep Cat. I think that's where Glenn Taylor, pinching pennies, maybe Connolly's forced to move off.
There
of
was
Cat at some point this summer.
There was rumors that it was the other way around. Like, obviously, Taylor pinches pennies, but that A-Rod and Mark Lore were barely going to be able to make the purchase, so they wanted to bring the payroll down. But I'm like, I doubt it. How much of an ass would you make of yourself if you finally bought the team and then you trade your top 3 player?
Right.
Yeah.
Arguably top 2. And I only say arguably. Everyone else would say top 2, but I still am a firm believer that I think Gobert is better than Cat.
Obviously,
'Cause I hate Cat.
defensively, sure.
Yeah. I just think better for the team.
Rudy Gobert's ball handling skills are
They don't exist. It's a fairy
it's
tale.
not a thing.
But I think he's better. I think Gobert's better for the team because Cat just makes so many stupid ass
agree,
plays and
yeah.
turnovers, and he doesn't hustle half the time. It just pisses me off.
I do agree with that, actually. Yep.
I would say I just thought of a name. It would never happen because he just signed a contract. There is one player where I would pull the trigger right now, and that would be Pascal Siakam. I think Pascal Siakam in the starting lineup would be dynamite. Like I said, it would never happen, but that would be the only one where I would just not even have to think about it.
Sure.
Unless
I
you're
like
talking about fucking Jokic, but that's not even real.
that. No, that's not. It's not
Pascal
Top 15
Siakam,
players.
before signing that contract, could have been possible if we threw in a couple more assets.
It's been traded before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been overlooked his whole career. And now he just got paid. He deserves it.
Yeah. Anything else on the Wolves?
No, I think we're looking forward to end of October.
Yeah.
Is that when they start now? Middle of October?
Yeah.
It's a while, but
We can put the Wolves to bed for now. Moving on to the Twins. What is up with the Twins lately? Just beat shit teams, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, just
But
crush
It's
'em.
streaks.
Crush
It's,
the teams.
they're just a game of runs, right?
Yeah, they everyone was shitting on them because they beat the shitty teams, lose to the good teams. I'm like, hey, at least they're beating the shitty teams. Most
Yeah.
Minnesota teams would lose to them. And also, I know they're not as good this year, but we also just piss pounded the reigning NL champs. They won the pennant last year, the Diamondbacks, and we murdered them today. Byron Buxton hit a ball from Arizona to Colorado. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, it was dead center rocket.
That was insane.
Yeah, it was really
He
sweet.
needs to be piss tested.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would be really cool if we could play like the White Sox like 25 more times. But hey, I mean, they're beating teams that they should beat. They're in a lot of competitive games, like even against like really solid teams. We're still like, playing competitive baseball. I think we're not even at the deadline yet, or the like the All-Star break. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine. Royce Lewis is the best thing that's probably ever happened to the team ever.
I would give a kidney if it meant to keep Royce Lewis alive.
He's just fantastic.
He's fabulous.
And whenever he's at the plate, like I don't care who's pitching. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Lefty,
No,
righty.
it doesn't-
he's gonna
it doesn't-
mash.
It's just Royce Lewis. Like I am so confident that he's going to do something good, and I feel like I can't say that about a lot of Twins players, but he's one of them where it's like no matter the situation, pitcher, team, doesn't matter. He's going to hit the ball and like put it in play. He's going to hit home runs, hit for average. He's just awesome.
I saw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you got to say, as soon as he said, I don't believe in streaks, and goes like 1 for 12 after that, that is kind of funny. But other than that, yes, dude absolutely rakes.
RBI double today though. He broke it. It was 0 for 17, which honestly,
It's not even
if
that
that's
bad,
your
but-
slump,
yeah.
fine. There's so many
That's
players
like
that'll
3
go
games.
like 1 for 50, and
4
I'm like,
games.
okay.
Yeah.
But there was rumors today, or not rumors. Royce Lewis said himself. He said he wants to be in the home run derby. I'm telling you right now, my whole bankroll is going on him to win it.
Yeah.
Because that would just be so electric. But I am scared because he's made of fine china. So he's going to strain an oblique in the home run derby probably. So
Ooh,
let's
he's-
not do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with him not going, actually,
And there's
now
like
that I think about
there's
it.
like a like a deal where if you are in the home run derby, you just come back and just suck.
You gotta
Which
change your
I-
swing or
Which
whatever.
I don't know if I totally agree, but like I also have seen it a bunch, so it's like I don't know if I want to take that risk. But yeah, God, he's so good. He's so good.
There was a stat that was before he went on this slump when he came back and he was just shitting on baseballs. He was on track for 45 home runs. He missed 2 months.
I know.
That is unheard of.
Yeah. I have over 24 and a half. I thought it was dead.
Yeah, it's alive.
And then it's alive.
It's very much
like
alive. I
he can
think he
hit
might
25 home runs
Yeah.
all day.
And then there's Aaron Judge, who already has 30. That dude's not a real person.
He's really good. And Otani. They're
Same
just-
same thing though with like just teams wise. Guardians, dude. Like the Guardians, why
Of
don't they
course.
don't lose? Like
Of
the
course.
Twins are playing really good baseball.
Yeah.
And still 7.5 games back. Like and they don't play Cleveland again until August.
I was looking at that. We only have, I think we have 7 games left against them, which when they're in your division is not a lot.
No. We used to play teams like 18 times a season. Now it's like you play them 10, maybe 12.
Yeah.
I might be biased too, but you look at the Guardians roster. How the fuck are they that good?
I know.
Jose
and the
Ramirez.
pitching's, their bullpen's been pretty good.
Yes.
The other thing about them, though, is I don't think they've really hit like a cold streak yet, and every team does.
Oh, and Steven Kwan's on
So-
steroids again. I forgot
Yeah,
about
he's
that.
hitting, like,
he's hitting
7.
home runs now,
Yeah.
which is not a real thing.
Yeah.
He actually needs to be piss tested because that dude couldn't hit the ball halfway through the outfield, and now he's just hitting nukes out of nowhere.
Both
Yeah.
the Naylor brothers.
No,
too.
Cleveland's
They
good.
piss me off. The Naylor brothers piss me off
One of them hits a walk off
because
every time
they
hit by the
shouldn't be
Twins.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that's why I like baseball though, is because you can look at a guy and you'd be like, well, he's not an athlete, and then they are just amazing. That's that's what the Naylor brothers.
Danny freaking Baggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't know why I just thought of him, but remember Carlos Zambrano? He's a pitcher and he's
Yep.
just fat. Or like Bartolo Colon. Like you can just be good and be
Peak
fat.
male. Peak male athlete.
Yeah,
right
it's the
there.
best. I did want to touch on the PGA a little bit. I actually have a question for you, Sammy. As
Hit me.
Scotty Scheffler just won the Travelers. I really hope you didn't bet on it because if you did, that means that you don't like fun and you just bet on the favorite.
Right.
Is Scotty Scheffler's dominant run in the past couple of years the most dominant / impressive run we have seen since Tiger?
100%.
And does it have, how close is it to being more impressive? Well, I guess you have to.
No,
there's a lot more.
it's tough to compare because Tiger was playing in, the 15 years ago when he was really in his prime, and he, obviously the technology is not as good, but he was obviously still like winning every golf tournament. I mean, just doing everything he needs to do on a weekly basis to win and win with ease. But the Scotty run right now is simply unbelievable. Like I've followed golf for probably 6 or 7 years now, and there's been nothing like it. I mean, at all. Like this guy just shows up to tournaments. He's plus 200 to win a golf
That's
tournament
insane.
in a field of 156 guys, and he wins like every one. Like if he isn't winning, you're like something's got to be terribly wrong with him. It's absolutely incredible. He does everything right. He hits like every fairway. Never like 3 jackpots. Like he's just so good, so solid. It's kind of like getting to be kind of annoying because it's like I want to see other guys win. Most of the time it's like, oh, I have wagers on other guys and they're up there, but it like doesn't matter because Scotty's also up there, and so it's like I don't even know why I'm watching. But yeah, I mean he's truly incredible. He's doing, he's putting up numbers that the golf world has never seen. I mean, he's got like 6 wins in his last 10 starts, which is, I mean, that's Tiger. It's unheard of. And he's any big tournament that he plays in, he'll be the favorite to win from here for at least a couple of years now. If he's continuing to play this good, like it's kind of game over.
I was gonna say with Scotty is a little different. Like I shit on F1 all the time because Max Verstappen's gonna win every race, and it's not fun to watch. Scotty's probably gonna win every tournament. However, it is amazing to watch because his golf game is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I wish I could do that.
I think his caddy has made more money this year in 10% winnings than like Jordan Spieth.
Jesus,
Yeah, it was.
that's a
I
stat.
think it was Thomas. Or no, maybe it was. It was one of them. I saw
Yeah.
that too. It's crazy.
He's made like $2.75 million, and we're like just about halfway through the season. And there's guys on tour that haven't even touched $1 million, like in winnings, and it's all for him carrying a bag up and down a fairway for 4 days. I mean, It's pretty
'Cause
crazy.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even tell Scotty what to do. Scotty just
No,
knows.
like I don't really know how much guidance he's giving Scotty. It's like, oh, you want to
like-
hit the 6-iron out of the rough here? I'm not going to tell you no.
That's like telling Tom Brady how to throw a football.
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that?
Yeah,
Not me.
yeah. No, it's pretty cool to see. It's tough, like as a bettor, because like it's really hard to just put like $300 on Scotty to win, because it's like, okay, I have one guy in this entire field, and if he just has just a little bit of a slightly shitty tournament, like he's just gonna get like 10th, and then I lose 300 really quick. But like also there's a times where it's like, man, I've been overthinking it. Like just take Scott, just put 500 on Scotty every weekend, and you're just gonna like double
be
your
up money.
You're doubling up on your money every tournament,
Yeah.
and you don't even have to sweat it. Like you just know, like he's gonna win, and it's like, oh, there's 15 holes left. It's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like he's gonna win.
You don't even have to watch.
Yeah, it's it's
Autopilot
really
betting.
incredible.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's just how it's going right now with golf. I wish that more guys would get involved, like as far as like the winning. And we did see Bryson win the U.S. Open. That was cool.
That
like
was sick.
a little change. But then Scotty wins the very next tournament. It's like, oh, we couldn't get like a little run of some other guys. Like,
I just love how Bryson turned into like he was like everyone hated him because he was such a douche, and now he's like America's sweetheart. He signs every autograph. He stays 5 hours past his round.
What a comeback story.
yeah,
For
he
real.
used to be hated, and it was that hat, that stupid hat.
yeah.
Stupid Peaky
And then
Blinders
he
hat.
and then he
Peaky fucking
changed the hat,
blinders.
and he also created a YouTube account that like a lot of people follow and watch his videos, and it's crazy because usually like live golf is where like people go to die, but like he's
excelling.
completely like resurrected his career, and he's really good.
That reminded me, John Rahm's already bitching about the music at
Yeah,
Live.
the drones.
What did
and
you
the music.
expect?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like you signed up for this. You took the 400 million or whatever and got out of here. So.
I do follow Bryson on TikTok. It actually is a fun watch. He's a good dude.
He's a really good dude.
Yeah.
Like he and the big thing with Bryson is, and like you said, like he's totally for the fans. Like a lot of guys are like, listen, I'm just gonna show up. I'm gonna mind my own game. I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna get off the course right away. I don't care about the fans. I don't care about the media. Like Bryson's here for it all.
Yeah.
And that's what's like making him super likable. But also like he's backing it up with his game. Like he's been playing really good, and you tie all that together, and it's just like he's great for golf. And yeah, you could say, well, he's on Live, like screw him, whatever. But he's just great for the game right now. And I think even Rory like mentioned it, like what he's doing is awesome for the game of golf, and like we're all here for it.
Yeah, I'm totally in support of that, and I think compared to the other Live guys, you kind of hit on it, where they're kind of just there to cash their paycheck pretty much, and yeah, that's not good for golf at all. And yeah, I think it's very, very enlightening to have Bryson doing that out there.
For sure.
While we're on the topic of golf too, one of my favorite days of the week, or of the year, I should say, is coming up. The fourth annual 10K Takes Charity Golf Invitational with the Jason Zucker Give 16 Foundation is coming up this Friday, July 19th at Hastings Golf Club. It's a 4-person scramble. Shotgun start at 1 p.m. There's all kinds of vendors and fun stuff to do on holes, closest to pin challenges. There's still spots open. So if you and 3 other buddies, or if you just want to find some random people, like, come on out. You won't regret it.
Sign up. It's for charity.
Yeah. Also, if you saw our giveaway tweet today, the giveaway this year is sick. I'm gonna make you go look at the tweet for it, but it's worth half of your round of golf, maybe if not more.
Yeah.
So make sure to go to sign up for the golf invitational, and also I want to remind everyone about Underdog Fantasy. It's been a while since we've talked, so I don't want you to forget. Underdog Fantasy is still near and dear to our hearts. It's the easiest way to get some action on sports. It's Underdog Fantasy in their pick'em game. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite player's stats. I would not advise going higher than Rory McIlroy, 3.5 putts inside 8 feet, because he just doesn't make them. And you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Keep it super simple with easy to use website and mobile apps. Use code 10K and your first deposit is doubled up to $100 by Underdog. Once again, that's code 10K on the Underdog app. How have you guys been doing on Underdog lately?
I'm like okay, I would say. Like, it definitely, like, hasn't been great, but like, I haven't been getting cleaned out, which is nice. It's tough. Like, I see the thing about underdog, and it's just my preference, is I'm just like a straight bet guy. So it's tough to, like, like pair stuff up with the underdog
Yeah.
app. If you're gonna do it though, you do it through underdog. But I'm just it's just tough to hit two leggers. So I haven't had a ton of success with it. A lot of going 1-1. But it is very fun. And I tell you, what makes it a great time is because they have so many options for you. Like, just speaking, on golf, it's like you can do over or higher or lower on fairways hit, or total birdies in your round, or total score at the end of your round. They also have like greens in regulation, like stuff that others don't, and so it's a great spot. And again, like signing up, you're gonna get that deposit match, so you might as well do it. It makes watching sports a hell of a lot more fun. So again, if you haven't signed up, I'm not sure what you're doing. If you like golf, if you like sports in general, Underdog has it all.
Yeah, I'll say it just right now. I've been kind of up and down with Sammy. What I've found helpful is actually just go across sports. When you had the NHL, I'd do McDavid or Draisaitl, or maybe the goalie Skinner, and then I'd pair it with like Buxton or Royce or something.
Yeah.
So I had some success with that going across sports, because normally I like to keep it in the same game,
Yeah.
or at least the same like window of
Yeah.
games, like if we're talking football season. But yeah, I cooled off a little bit after March Madness. I went on the heater of a lifetime during March Madness, and then I kind of came back down to earth. But I've still been hitting some winners. Trying to go more two-leggers now than the three-leggers and four-leggers that I was hitting on March Madness. But I kind of started to pull my funds out a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's capitalize on some
Well,
of these profits,
football
not just
season
send it over.
is-
We got to save up for football.
Close, but also not really close, but still kind of close. And football season is like really where you have some fun with it. I mean, Sunday, the world is your oyster on Sunday for the NFL, and you just, man, it's so hard not to put like 10 entries in, and just like you do a couple quarterbacks in one entry, a couple running backs in one entry, a couple wide receivers, and it's like, oh, all my money's now tied up. So
That's the hardest thing right now for me, is I feel like I can have a pretty educated guess on hockey, basketball, especially football and college basketball. But for baseball, it's like I'm a baseball purist. Like, I know a lot about baseball, but it's still like throwing a dart blind. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Literally anything could happen.
Yeah.
If you're in the lineup, you could hit a home run, you could go 0 for 5. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
And that's why it's even hard to look at it sometimes. Like, there's so many options, like Sammy alluded to before. But, like, I go in there on, like, a Wednesday where everyone's playing in the majors. And, yeah, there's so many options. You have to know what matchups you're looking for. So I usually at least comb through my normal score update app first, see who's lefty-righty, get kind of an idea on that. And then they'll hide some of them sometimes. If you want to take over 1.5 total bases or over
Yeah.
a half a hit. And then they do adjust the payouts, though, too, nicely.
Do you-
Yeah,
up or
that
down
is true.
above
You mentioned
one.
the March Madness thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the heater that I was on March Madness? Like, in the group chat?
I remember at the start of the season
That
when
too,
you
but in the group, like
didn't miss a bet
during the tournament,
for like 4 weeks in a row.
yeah, that was psychotic. But during the tournament, I went to Diamond Joe's for the whole first weekend because I am a psychopath. I made so much money. It made no sense on like 4-leg parlays.
Oh, I do
was
remember
hitting
that.
them, like,
I do
all of
remember
them.
that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
It was stupid.
It was
my
the
whole trip
2
was
and 3 leggers too. that
Yeah.
I
we
remember
were
all
just-
of them, but yeah, I remember he was like, "Yep, $20 to win 250." It's like
done. I hit one for like $550. It was a 4-legger.
For those who don't
I
remember,
was
though,
like, what the fuck?
Cam was literally
I was
in
so
Iowa
down bad.
from Wednesday to Monday.
Yeah.
Of the first week, like literally the first 4 games.
Yeah.
He's there.
I
betting
didn't.
on.
I didn't smoke a cigarette the whole time. It felt like I smoked a pack a day. The
Oh, 'cause you were
ventilation in
just-
that
you were
place was
just sitting
brutal.
there.
It's
Yeah.
a little truck stop casino. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fun, but it got to be a lot.
It's hard.
Not
And then
gonna lie to you.
What were you eating? You're eating hot dogs and pizza for 5 days.
Fucking cover dogs
little,
and
little BK.
Cover dogs.
God, I'm
were
so
huge.
excited for cover dogs to come back.
Yeah.
College football season.
Hopefully they work this time. We
Hey.
need to retire him almost.
They're gonna work. You just have to talk nice to them. That was my problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were
Kind of
forcing it
mean
a
when you
little.
after
I was
losing 3
kinda-
bets in a row. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I
it's
started
like
shitting on it, but you just
the
gotta
cover
like,
dog, man.
like sometimes it just needs to warm up.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
Cover dogs bark back, man.
I don't even know what to say to that. But yeah, it was the most like fun. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast. I don't know if I would ever do it again in that location, just because I was dying.
Yeah.
I got home and went to bed right away. Smelt fresh air for the first time in 6 days, so
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
But no, it was a blast. Sammy, how are things in Chicagoland? Any cool sports books? I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah. So right now, DraftKings is down in Wrigleyville. So I mean that's like 10 minutes from my house. So we'll go down there every now and then for a day. Typically show up at like 11 a.m. And then pretty much just bet on anything that's available. Like right now, it's a lot of baseball, sadly. So it's just like it's kind of tough to like find other things that you also want to wager on. But yeah, so the Wrigleyville downtown DraftKings is where I've been with a few buddies a couple of times, and it's a great spot. I mean, you can be there for 10 hours and not know it, which is a little dangerous for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's like the big one. Otherwise you have to go like outside the city 20, 30 minutes to other sports books. Like there's a FanDuel around there. There's also a Bet Rivers, which is like
Oh, yeah.
another like Chicago. It's like one of the first sports books that Chicago opened. So a lot of people are at Bet Rivers because that's where they started. But I just go to the DraftKings, and I think DraftKings like has pretty good lines. So I'm typically just going down there to place a bet. I've also been there a couple Sundays to watch golf because they got it on like the huge screen, and of course like I can put in live bets right at the teller, and so
I don't like you.
it has been fun. But yeah, I would say really just the DraftKings just because it's like 10 minutes away from my house.
I've been to the Joliet, the Hollywood Casino in Joliet.
Mm-hmm.
I have a buddy that lives close out there, so I've been to the Barstool book that's
Yeah.
there.
I think it's now Fanatics, if I'm not.
Is that,
Oh, yeah,
no,
that's
because
right.
they changed over
Or
to
it's
ESPN.
points bets.
No,
or that's
so
what it is.
ESPN
Yeah, yeah.
Bet is who took over Barstool.
That's what it
Now
is.
Fanatics has a thing?
Fanatics bought Points Bet.
No, thank you.
And
I won't give
so,
my money to them at
there's
all.
That they got that whole thing going. But you're right about the ESPN bought out Barstool or however that whole thing worked.
Penn bought out Barstool.
That's what it
and
was.
then
And then
they
they-
handed a full bag just to put the ESPN name
Yeah.
on it, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was
But
dumb.
the
I've
other-
also heard that ESPN bet's like horrible. I'm not sure if that's true.
I've heard
I've
mixed
never
reviews
used
on
it.
I've heard I haven't used it myself.
I happened to be in Denver when it like first came out. Me and Renz were both in Denver at the same time. The bonuses that we got were pretty dialed.
Pretty good.
Like I got a lot of free money.
Well, they want you
Just
to
because of it.
leave your whatever sports book
Yep.
you use. and
Yeah,
then-
they get you sucked in. So
for
we
sure.
probably hit it at the right time. Now it might suck. Also, I saw that Hard Rock has a sports book now.
In Florida, they
Yeah,
do.
they
They're
do.
like the only one.
There was
you can
I
use
saw a
in Florida.
commercial for it. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
And that's what I don't know if they're gonna get it in Vegas, but because Hard Rock took
Yeah.
over the Mirage. But the other one that's in Illinois now is Circa. Circa's in Illinois.
Yeah,
Oh, they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't they build a casino in
They
Chicago?
did. They built a huge one, but I think it's not that close, right? Or
It's
is it
in
in-
Waukegan, so I think it's like
Yeah,
north of.
yeah,
north
it's.
Of
I have
Chicago.
never been there, but it looks really dope.
Also, Circa Sports is now the main sponsor, the uniform sponsor of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Really?
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I
God,
hate how
that's
much
cool.
that's cool.
That
Fuck
is
the
cool.
Blackhawks, but that's cool.
I feel like you get some great deals, like when you're at a Blackhawks game and you open up the Circa Sports app to place a nice wager. I only went to 2 of them, but that's because they were playing the Wild. Otherwise, I would not go.
They have a book at the United Center. Is it a FanDuel?
It's a FanDuel.
So
and I have been in there a few times taking over-under on the live period totals, and I've
That's
gotten
sick.
absolutely burned.
But that's just it. So it's like, all right, Circa's sponsored, so it's like, but the retail sportsbook there is FanDuel. That's gonna butt some heads. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a problem. Also, I was going to mention, Mike, we've been talking about this for a while, but we really need to make it happen. We got to go to Canterbury, bet on the ponies.
Bet the ponies, baby.
I love the ponies.
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Oh my God. Are you trying to talk dirty to me right now?
Are there horses on Fridays?
I think Canterbury exclusively moved to weekends now, so I believe it's starting Thursday to Sunday is what they do now.
Are we going to Canterbury tomorrow? Don't you bitch out.
Might be going to Canterbury tomorrow.
Depends what time, I suppose.
Oh,
Like,
if it's supposed to
if-
rain
is
all
it-
day tomorrow too, we get some mutters action.
Oh, we're
in
going
there.
fucking Canterbury.
Oh,
live
man.
racing.
I'm so hyped. I actually might cry. I haven't been on horse racing like on FanDuel TV, and I feel like such a degenerate. Like there was a couple weeks ago, I went home and mowed the lawn. It was a Friday night. I'm just like a nobody, so I don't go out to the bars anymore. It's also because I hate going out to the bars now. But I mowed the lawn and I sat on my porch, ordered a pizza, and just bet on ponies until I couldn't see straight anymore. Just hammered beers.
Well, the
was
problem
the best
is
night of my
they
life.
have like 17 races in a row.
yeah,
It's
it
like,
just wouldn't stop.
I'm just here like the entire night.
Three
Also-
tracks are just perfectly offset.
Yeah,
So
oh.
you're betting constantly.
Oh, it's crazy. Also, Canterbury has live racing tonight starting at 5, nothing on Fridays, which is diabolical.
That's
that should never be a
so
thing.
annoying.
That's a really big miss for Canterbury, but it's fine. I still love you. But then, so they're Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
In July, they start on Wednesdays.
Okay. That's good to know.
You won't be here.
I might be coming back
I would love that.
specifically for that reason.
Oh, really? You just
Canterbury
have
horses.
stupid amount of miles?
Well, it's just so easy to drive. Honestly, it's
Oh,
like
that's
it's
true.
one
It's like 8
highway.
hours, right?
It's 6 hours and it's one highway, and you're going 80. You put it on cruise control, and it's like I'm here. I'm in St. Paul, and then I'm at Canterbury.
I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
I want to let you guys go back and forth here for a little bit, just because I could fucking care less, like at all. But what's going on with soccer right now?
Can we talk about
Sure.
the NHL first?
Yeah, sure.
I just put a bow
Oh,
on this
yeah,
one.
the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
Stanley
yeah.
Cup is over now.
My bad.
We had Game 7 on Monday nights. The Oilers could not complete the comeback. Unfortunately, the Panthers win in Game 7. My final thoughts are, last 2 years, we had Vegas win, we had South Florida win. So next year, I'm thinking, it's all the party cities now, right? Nashville's next, right?
Yeah.
Plus 3,100. Or first
Okay,
off,
no.
they have the same odds as the Wild.
31
Yeah, the Wild are going to be shit.
All right. Well, here's my thinking though. If the Wild want to win a cup, we're going to need to step things up locally here. We're going to need to do better on the party scene. That starts with us just getting after it better, and then second,
That is on us.
we're probably going to need to have some government help to keep bars open to like 4 a.m. or something,
Yeah,
so we can keep
that-
the party going.
I don't know
would
if you've seen the
definitely
crowd here after 2. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. It's
probably not the best
Probably not
idea.
the best idea.
Maybe they
but-
ease into it.
Let's
like,
probably
ease
like
into it.
they go like 2:30, and then maybe like
Since-
stretch it to 3.
since Minnesota's the only one with a hockey team that we border, can we just like move this over to South Dakota? Make it a big party town over there. It's
I
still
don't
wild
hate it.
territory.
Yeah, it's
Let's
all
just not
wild
do it
town,
here
right?
because it's not going to end well.
basically Yellowstone over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically
The
California.
Dutton Ranch.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. It was an awesome Stanley Cup. It started out to be like super boring, right? Florida winning the first 3, and we were just I really thought Edmonton was just going to get swept at that point. And then they played really good Game 4, really good Game 5 in Florida, and that's when I thought like, okay, we might get a Game 7. Like, it's going back to Edmonton. They have all the momentum. Connor McDavid's coming off back-to-back 4-point games in Game 4 and 5. It was totally a series. And then I was very confident that they would win Game 6 just because that's how things were going. They did. They crushed them. It was like 5-1 or something. And then Game 7, we had an absolute barn burner. 2-1 final. Goalies were terrific. You could tell, like, there wasn't a ton of chances, but, like, if you got a chance, you have to score because it was just one of those games there. Bobrovsky played great. I thought Skinner played pretty well, too, which is, was kind of like a question mark because he's either, like, really bad or he's, like, just, like, amazing.
Yeah.
So that was great. It was great to see just a really good Game 7. I think as a sports fan, as a hockey fan, you just wanted to see a good game in Game 7, and we got one. I mean, I would have preferred overtime. I think overtime would have been unbelievable. But I can't complain at a 2-1 finish. I mean, it really came down to the wire. Bobrovsky made some unbelievable saves with like 4, 5, 6 minutes left in the third period to keep it a 1-goal game. It was I think everything a viewer wanted and then some as far as a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup. And congrats to Florida. I mean, they almost choked the whole thing away,
Oh my God,
but they didn't.
that would have been tragic.
They didn't. They were up 3-0. You could say they got a little complacent. They started playing a little more like offensive hockey, but they're a defensive team, so it just wasn't really going their way. But they did not choke it. They won it on home ice. Cool to see. Poor Connor McDavid. The guy's been in the league for, I think, 8 years now. He had one game to get it done, but he was kind of silent. Game 6 and Game 7. He didn't have a shot on goal for like 7 straight periods. So he's definitely going to be kicking himself a little bit. But what a series. That was very fun.
They were gassed by the end, and you could just tell they didn't have anything left. They're playing those guys every other shift. They're only playing their top 2 lines the last period and a half, basically. But I think it was like for us, like a win for the viewers, a win.
Yeah,
They had,
100%.
Either the first team since before TV was invented,
Yeah.
comes back from 3-0, or the Canadian drought continues. So
I-
I think it was a win-win for me.
I think
That's
it was
true.
especially awesome because the NBA Finals was like awful. So like the fact that we got a really good series in the NHL
with good games, not
with
just
great
good. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what the NBA doesn't. Even in the good series in the NBA, don't have
It's
good
a blowout
games.
every
Yeah.
game.
Blowout every other day.
yeah. So this was great for the viewers. I'm sure there's a handful of people that were really pushing hard for Edmonton, especially McDavid, to get it done. But at the end of the day, we saw 7 games in an NHL, Stanley Cup final, and for that, I am very happy.
Yeah, I think it was really cool to see the Panthers win, just because it was their first time ever, and they did deserve it, even though they almost choked it. However, it does make me sick to my stomach that 3 out of the last 5 Stanley Cup winners are from fucking Florida.
Yeah,
That's
well,
so dumb.
it's because Tampa had that run.
That's what I'm saying. They had
Yeah.
2, and then I guess Vegas, like they're in the desert. They don't play hockey in the desert.
Yeah, not just warm
Expansion
weather.
team.
Yeah, and an expansion team. We're cursed.
Could be
But
worse. Could be
we're
worse. Could
done.
be the Blues. The Blues
Yeah.
haven't even made a conference finals. The
And then
Wild Phillies made one.
The Blues just won.
Sorry, the Blue Jackets.
I was so confused.
Same
Yeah, the Blue Jackets.
expansion draft as the
Yeah, but the
Wild.
Blue Jackets are from Columbus. Nothing happens in Columbus besides Ohio
Apparently,
State.
nothing happens in Minnesota either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Except sadness. and
Except we have the Timberwolves.
we do
so.
have the greatest beer
Drink
in known demand.
bees.
Captain's patch.
Kind of getting back to your original statement, though, soccer. The Euros, I know, Cam, you're not a huge fan, which is understandable. But the Euros is absolutely electric. And I get it. If you're not a soccer fan, I do not blame you for not tuning in.
I will be out. While you guys discuss the soccer, I am currently up in my best ball fantasy football draft in Underdog. So
Okay.
let me know when you're done.
Yeah. But the Euros, very fun. It turned out that now one side of the bracket is absolutely stacked and the other side is like kind of pretty mediocre other than England, but I still think England is like garbage. So somehow, I'm not really sure how with the talent that they have, but they've looked awful. But yeah, no, if you're a soccer fan, you're following the Euros. We are down to the Sweet 16 per se. It's going to be really great. I mean, France is pretty solid. Spain has been terrific. Let's see. Belgium is okay. Italy, okay. But these are teams that, in a one-game move on, anything can happen. All you got to do is, like, draw and then just get to added extra time, draw that, get to penalty kicks, and it's anybody's game.
We see some
so-
fantastic upsets too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You have was it Slovenia or
So
Slovakia? I can't remember.
Poland and
Who beat Belgium on the first?
Austria is another big one that they took the pool, the France pool, which
Yeah.
was outrageous. So, and yes, there's been some really cool upsets.
Georgia getting through
Georgia,
somehow.
yep.
Ukraine
So-
really bombed this one.
Ukraine, they had 4
was bad.
points, and then they didn't move on, which is like the first time in a while that,
Yeah, that sucks.
someone's had 4 points in their group stage and not make it. So that's tough for Ukraine. But it's just absolutely electric. I'm a soccer fan, so I really enjoy it. But again, if you don't like soccer because it's boring, I understand, and I don't blame you at all. But Mike, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I found it I was looking up the futures, what that was. England being the favorite still is beyond me. I think it should
crazy.
be France. France absolutely ran through. They're the only team that won all their games in their group stage, right?
Well, they had one draw.
Okay, they
but
did.
otherwise
They're the only team to win.
They had a draw in the last game, but they didn't care,
Yeah.
because they're already in.
They're the only
it's like-
team to win their first 3. I believe
First
that was-
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first,
they
okay.
played 3. But regardless, France and Mbappe is terrific. I think Spain is very, very good. Their passing's like unbelievable. Defense is good. Italy can't score, but they have terrific defense and probably the best goaltender in the Euros. So they're just like a team to watch out for. And Germany, the host team, they've been really good as well. So it's just it's going to come down to it. But just to throw some bets, Spain plus 600, France plus 500. Those are the two that I have. I really think those are like the 2 best teams. They're on the same side of the bracket, so one of them hopefully gets to the finals. The other one will be getting eliminated. But I think both of those teams are really good. I think either one of them wins it.
Yeah, and I think a team to look out for that maybe it wasn't the best in the group stage, but they got a new lease on life by getting through is the Netherlands. And they're on that opposite side of the bracket.
I know.
where their path.
I think
could
they're
be
18 to 1 right now.
Yeah, I mean when I looked last night or when they
Could
it was
be higher.
It was 11 to 1.
Oh,
so
wow.
like-
So they came down probably
but
because
just on the
that
draw because they
bracket.
play. Is it Romania?
Yep,
I believe.
yep.
And then I would love. Sammy and I have been texting about this nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get enough of it. Could you imagine in the round quarterfinal if they had Austria rematch with the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Because that game
Yeah.
in the group stage was
Awesome.
fantastic.
It was the best game so far.
Yeah.
3
Three goals in the last 10 or 12 minutes.
It was a 5-goal match. 3-2. Austria was sick.
It's really-
sick. It was
Sorry.
sick. Cam, we got to get you in there.
No, if a 5-goal game is something that rarely happens,
Yeah,
I think I'm
well,
out.
Well, it's just because defense is like the key to soccer.
Yeah,
Also
but if
the-
it was 9-6,
Sounds
Bama
fantastic.
LSU, it's like, oh my God, that's amazing defensive struggle.
Well, yeah. Duh.
but yeah, that's,
USA has officially lost to Panama, by the way.
they did the USA in Copa
suck.
America, but I think they'll still be fine. They'll move. They should move on. But Brazil plus 300 in the Copas.
Is this the best time to be a soccer fan?
Oh yeah,
With
if
the
you,
Copa and the
100%.
Euro and then the Olympics?
Yes.
Is it better than the World Cup?
If you're, that's really
You
tough. It depends as a soccer fan. Like some people might say because there's more action right now going on and it's during the summer that they really love like the Euros and the Copa. But I think it's to each their own on that question. Like
Maybe this year because of the last
Because-
World Cup they played in the during football season.
It was
Yeah.
the winter.
Yeah.
like they had
Wasn't
to-
it in
it was,
Qatar? That's
over.
why.
It was over like Thanksgiving or
Because it was like 900 million bajillion degrees in the summer,
Dude,
so
I
everyone would die.
remember
yeah.
on Blackout Wednesday. I just remember coming home from the bar and like just passing out on my couch and waking up at like 4 a.m. to see like
A
soccer,
soccer game
live
on.
soccer game. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this.
So
There's no football
I,
on it.
I think it's to each their own on that. But if you are a soccer fan, this is very fun. Obviously, if you live in Europe right now, you're eating, you're sleeping, and you're watching soccer, and that is it. You're not going to work, so
They don't go to work during this?
there's no way.
It's holiday, man.
We
It's
need-
summer holiday.
It's
here.
legit a holiday. They take this so seriously. It's like
Gosh.
that's
Well,
it.
They
It's
also get
the
summer
Euros
holiday.
are on.
Like most of July is just everyone's
Nobody
on
works?
vacation in Europe. Yeah,
You
I
get
work
paid
for
for
a,
it?
I work for a Danish company and
Are you working right
everyone's-
now?
Well, I'm American and I work in America, so,
So-
no.
yeah.
So no, you're not
working. Everybody's working. Everybody is working to get stuff done, and then next week they just like take off and
But-
for 3 weeks.
That's soccer for you right now.
Crazy. I don't know. It is like a. it is crazy how passionate they are. Like I have seen videos, but sometimes it's like over the line. Like
I
it
can
turns into
understand.
riots and
Yeah.
all that shit, which is fine.
But
it's not happening here.
If you see the
Very
fans,
cool.
it's like
yeah, it's kind of cool.
there's like 40,000
fireworks
of
and
them
shit.
just going nuts. And you're like, oh my god, this
There's also
really
a lot
is
of
the
tits
Super
at
Bowl.
soccer games.
Tons,
Of tits in the stands.
which is kind of wild. Just because you'd think you'd like just get thrown out, but I
I
guess
mean, it's Europe.
It's
They had-
anything goes.
They have Donnie, my roommate, was in Germany, and he kept sending me videos on Snapchat of his commercials on his TV, and it was just granny porn
Wow.
in Europe. Like that's just what they do there.
Yeah, it's weird
Just nudity everywhere.
for
Just
sure.
Tits and clits everywhere. All right, that's bad. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to touch on before? Oh yeah,
We got UFC
UFC 303.
UFC.
I'm actually super hyped for that.
Yeah.
Except I'm not as hyped as I was before because the card is kind of shit now.
I got a couple.
in my opinion,
Got some.
but-
got some value.
I got
for
to,
you.
I got some bets for you.
Yeah,
We
I've been
got-
trying to get into UFC hard, by the way.
You should.
From a betting.
I've been watching every card.
should.
It's pretty tits.
It's very fun.
You don't need to get into it too hardcore. I mean, what I do is I usually just look for a nice little meaty dog that's around
Like a
plus
cover dog?
150.
Like a meaty cover dog.
Meaty
Just a
cover
big
dog.
girthy cover
What do you
dog.
What do you like on your dog?
So
Not the cover dog.
Oh, ketchup. I was like, what?
I was like, I want to win it.
Yeah.
What are you
Ketchup
talking
in a
about?
bun? I don't know.
I got two dogs.
But I got So my first one was Anthony Smith.
I don't have them.
You don't?
I don't have that fight.
What is it? What do they call him? Lion's Heart.
Yeah, Lion's Heart.
Yeah.
Why are there no odds on that?
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I like.
I don't see odds
I
on
remember
that.
I've been. cashing tickets on
I'm
him
just
for a while.
not like. Odds are, especially like get a couple of captain's patches in me, and I'll probably be taking Anthony Smith. But right now I have Yuri plus 130
Really?
in the final, main event, and then Michael Benham Page also plus 130. I hate Ian Gary so much.
He just looks
that
like I want to punch him.
really hope that he just dies in the ring. So
Jesus.
I mean, not really, but you get what I mean. Michael Page plus 130, Yuri plus 130, Diego Lopez
Has the biggest neck in America.
minus 150 on Diego.
Did you
I
see
like
that
him
neck?
Too. Yeah, it's pretty.
That
crazy.
thing's he's jacked.
He's a killer, by the way.
Yeah, he looks like
Like,
he
he-
actually kills people.
like
I'm not
you
kidding. Like on the streets.
Do
kills
not
people.
want to like skip him in line at like Burger King or
Yeah, no,
something.
thank
he
you.
will kill
You think
you.
he's there? You think he goes?
He
to
will.
the
I don't
team?
think so, but.
He wins, right?
He wins.
That's what I have so far. I will be adding, but just to start.
I'm tailing
Another-
Yuri.
Another dog, just for like, and this is just out of respect, because he fought in one of the greatest UFC fights of all time, Cub Swanson, plus 200.
Oh yeah, sure.
I can't remember. Was it against Korean Zombie or was it against?
He's down to
another-
plus 160 now.
Yeah, he was plus 200,
I think he might have had one against Korean.
But I remember like it was just a knockout, like Cub Swanson, and there was like at over 200 strikes, like significant strikes, total. It was insane, and they're just both beaten and bloody somehow, just like being propped up by probably Jesus himself.
yeah.
Just resurrecting.
Like, it's
but
just
this,
not possible.
This
to not get
303
knocked out.
card is like
It's
it's
missing
pretty exciting.
something. It's
How
missing
much better
something,
would it
though.
have
It's
been?
missing
I
something.
know,
right?
but
I just like
That fight was
love-
I don't want to get too angry about it because that fight was gonna suck. Like that Chandler McGregor fight was not gonna be good.
You don't think? Well, the
I don't
hype
think-
around it.
The
would've
hype
been
around
insane.
it, and that's what I love about McGregor fights.
Yeah.
But I've gotten less and less excited for each one because it's gone. The magic is gone from the heydays of 2014 to 2017, 2018. Like that run is over. It's not coming back. They can put him against lesser fighters, but he's not going to come
Guys,
back to that championship level.
Have you looked at the 304 card? I mean, that card
Is this in Denver?
is possessed. No, it's in the
Oh.
UK.
Oh yeah, it's possessed.
Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, Aspinall Blades, another sick
Yeah.
fight.
Mm-hmm.
Patty Pimblett fights. He's always
Yep.
fun to watch.
Yep.
Fights Bobby Allen. Meatball Molly's fighting. She's always puts on a good show. It's crazy.
It's gonna. There's. I think like the next 2 months in the UFC is like just absolutely loaded. Like
They're
even,
smart for doing this
even
because the only thing that
even-
happens right now is baseball.
I know. Even the
Meatball
fight
Molly,
nights.
baby.
That's what I said. It's
Even the
just-
fight
it's just
nights
dialed.
are solid.
I know the fight night. Thug Rose fights on the next fight night.
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh, Rose?
Yeah, it's
I
in
always bet
Denver.
Rose. Always bet Rose.
Thug
Yeah,
Rose.
Thug Rose is
Rose
fucking
Namajunas.
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be really fun.
You're just going straight from here to Denver?
No, I'm going home and then I got to
Isn't it next weekend?
It's the 15th or the 13th.
Oh, they skipped the fourth weekend?
It's the 13th.
Did they skip the fourth weekend? Yeah, they did.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean they get a little break in there. But yeah, no, it's if you're a UFC fan, this is the time to be tuned in.
And Drew
because
Dober fights.
it's
I know that
crazy.
name.
Yeah, he's also a killer.
Damn, I want to go.
But yeah, that's UFC right now. It's absolutely stacked. If you like anybody, he's probably fighting soon. So
Yeah. Well, do you guys have anything else before we put a cap on the new and improved 10K bets live?
I got nothing. We pretty much touched on everything.
It was this is a lot different. It was fun to do it in person.
Yeah.
Fun to be in the presence of Sammy Stacks himself again. I almost
Likewise.
shed a tear when I pulled up next to him.
Yeah,
It was a very emotional moment for me, and I'm
This is-
not ready
it's-
to talk about it
it's fun.
publicly yet.
it's fun being here.
Yeah, but no, for you guys listening, we appreciate it, or watching, I should say. Tune in. This is going to be a regular thing. It's every Thursday, except next week we're probably not going to do a show. I floated the idea of a Wednesday show, but it's on the 3rd. Everyone's out of town anyway. So probably not next week because we're celebrating America. So you can't get mad at us for that because we're patriots.
Yeah.
But after that, every Thursday until the Gophers play North Carolina, because we will all be at that game.
That's
Besides
right.
Sammy, he'll be watching on the TV.
I'll be watching and betting on it, of course.
But we might do a Wednesday show that week to preview. We don't know. We'll
so
see.
much. I mean, in the middle of college football, we gotta do every show we can.
Yeah.
I can't just not talk about college football.
Also, hold on.
So
I got to bring it up because since the last time we talked, college football 25.
Oh, the video game.
I am rock hard.
Yeah, it should be a great
we're
video
2 weeks
game.
away.
What?
Isn't it the 12th?
They could
Isn't it the
charge like
12th?
No, it's the 19th.
$200.
Why did you do that to me?
I think they would do it.
I want it to be the
That one's
12th.
just
I'm
busted.
just made it up.
Yeah, did you guys see the like deep dive trailer yesterday, or the like sights and sounds trailer?
I didn't.
I actually
Yeah.
didn't watch the whole thing.
I
didn't even get
quote
through the
tweeted
whole
it and just said I nutted everywhere, so bonk on me for that. But watch it and you'll understand why.
It's gonna be great.
The shit is gonna be. It's gonna consume my life. It's gonna be college football, the video game, real life college football, and 10K.
Yeah,
Sounds like a great life.
yeah.
It's all
And
good.
golf. I've been golfing every weekend and I still suck.
Good. Well, that's how you.
36
get better.
holes every weekend.
That's how you get better.
Not bad.
I have gotten a little bit better. I still don't have a birdie. That's fucked. I'm so bad.
Is it you've had birdie looks, but you
Oh,
just
yeah.
haven't made one?
Yeah,
Okay, it's coming.
last Sunday I had 5 birdie putts.
It's coming. Oh, it's coming.
And guess what? I only parred one of them. Putter was atrocious.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunately like the most important part of.
Yeah,
the
it's
game,
great. That's
so-
why I gain half my strokes on the green.
Yeah.
I hate that place.
I know it's.
I'd rather not be on the green.
It's tough. It's tough.
right.
But that'll do it.
Yeah, I appreciate, like we said, we appreciate you guys. We'll be here every week except next week. So thanks.